So, you know, again, my objective, I'm actually trying to train some managers, so I'm going to put myself on video if that's okay. So again, the question was, what's something you've worked really hard for in the past and achieved something that you were proud of? And you just said, again, Dylan, you know, water polo, you know, some goals that you had, and weightlifting and gaining muscle and just getting ready to have a big, you know, season and performance and, you know, that type of thing. But it took, you said you were drinking certain types of drinks, tea and certain types of water, eating, you're eating healthy. Sorry to.
No, you're good.
Yeah. And then you were doing weights. Okay. And how much time did that take up? A little or a lot?
School, all my free time.
Right. All your free time besides school. And it took a lot of commitment, right?
Even if I went to class, it was taking up my
right.
time. So.
Right. Yeah. Cool. What's something for you, Jaron?
I paid it for my whole mission.
Okay.
I'm just like working up and saving, just like as much as like I had to save to $10,000. So.
Yeah. And how'd you do that?
Just a lot of hard work and commitment and saving and self-discipline.
Okay. So hard work, savings, was it manual labor? Was it
manual labor? So
pretty hard work, construction, or was it
electrical work?
Electrical work. Okay. So that's tough work. Okay. Okay. And it took you how long?
Like 7 or 8 months.
A little bit of commitment or a lot?
A lot.
40 hours a week, 20, 60, 100?
Like 55.
Right. You worked really hard on it, right? And it was worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it worth it for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about you?
For soccer, I got not quite full ride. I have to pay $1,000 each semester.
Right.
So I was pretty proud of that.
But that's probably 10 grand a year. Is that accurate? You're probably making 10 grand a year because you worked so hard.
Yeah.
Because you got a soccer scholarship.
Yeah.
Almost full ride.
Yeah.
And what did that take?
So my last year of playing club, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but you play club in high school.
I have a 10-20 game on Saturday night, so. I mean, I'm not I would never call myself a soccer player, but I play soccer.
Yeah. But my last season, I moved to a new team, and the coach was the assistant at Utah Valley.
Okay.
They're Division I.
Right.
And we trained 5 times a week at 7, and it was about a 45-minute drive to get there.
So you had to
early, so I was
drive an hour to work out for an hour?
2 hours.
2 hours, and then drive an hour home.
Yeah.
4 hours a day when you weren't being paid to do it, you weren't, okay.
Exactly, so I did that all summer, and then once the school year started, we had to go at nights, but then the summer before I left, we have a 3-mile test is what they call it. So on the track, you have to do two laps in 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then you rest for 3 minutes.
Okay.
That's for a total of 3
right.
miles. And the rest sounds like it would help you, but it really doesn't. Like it kills you.
Right, right.
And so I had to train for that all summer.
Yeah.
It killed me,
but you got us.
I went and passed it.
What sounds like I'm guesstimating, but it sounds like you're $10,000 a year richer because you don't have to pay tuition.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that was worth it.
Yeah.
And you're also playing D2.
It's a junior college.
So it's JC college soccer on a scholarship.
Yeah, and so we ended 15th in the nation. But I just went there so that I could fine-tune the game
and move up,
and then I could get to a D1 program.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's worth it, but it's hard work.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you guys, I'm sitting down with the 3 of you. I could probably have this talk with the whole training class, but I'm sitting down with the 3 of you because I really feel like what's made you, and I don't feel this way just about you, I feel this is true for every human being. What's made you successful in other things is exactly why you're going to be successful here, but also if you don't apply those same principles, you're not going to be successful here. You had to follow a regiment. If we change the word regiment to manual, you have to follow the manual to succeed here. You have to work really hard to get what you want. Pay for mission. You got to work really, really hard and, follow the program. That comes down to phoning. That comes down to hard work. And really, I'm looking at the 3 of you guys at like a situation where I think you guys could be, and I told you, the 2 of you this on day 1. You weren't here on day 1. But I really feel like you guys could be butt kickers and name takers. You know what I mean, on this job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The biggest thing that I'm going to challenge you with is where you're at as far as like the assignment. You know what I mean? The assignment was 6 to 10, and I think you're over 6 now.
Yeah.
Over 6 now. Over 6 now. But that doesn't mean, that's like saying, well, do your assignment so you can get an A in PE soccer or PE.
Exactly.
If you want to be a D1 athlete, you got to do way above what the minimum is to get an A in gym, you know, or PE. So I just think I want to challenge you guys. We're going to keep phoning. I want you to not. This is a tip I give to every rep on the history of vector. Okay, this is not like just to you guys. Don't be a name shuffler. Don't be a, should I call them? Is this the right moment where the stars are aligned where I can just call them? You know, like I would just be calling and calling and calling, and they hang up. If you get an answer machine, hang up and call again. Hang up. It's almost like you almost want to hang up before you like. They're not going to answer on the 4th ring. I'm just going to hang up before the answer machine picks up. You know what I mean? Like the idea is like keep going and keep phoning. Because if you guys had 15 demos each lined up right now, and I don't know what your goal is off the top of my head because I wasn't even here for that part yesterday. Calvin did that. I just think if you guys did 15 demos this weekend, you'd each get a 3K promotion. You'd each make 400 to 500 bucks this week. Not, you know, do 6 demos and see how it goes. If you see how soccer goes, do you ever get a D1 scholarship? If you see how water polo goes, you're going to get a D1, you know, you're going to get what, you know, nothing, right? And, you know, if you just see how work goes, you're not going to pay for admission, right? But you had to be a go-getter. You know, you had to be a butt kicker and a name taker to make that much cash on a manual labor job. Even though manual labor is more than Walgreens pays or Walmart, it's still hard freaking work, you know what I mean? And you got to go out there and do it, right? And I'm going to tell you, if you guys just apply the hard work attitude, the good attitude, the commitment that you had to do that, and the hard work and the commitment you had to do what you did, and just grind it, you guys could crush it this weekend. And I'm not disappointed. I'm just trying to give you a kind of a leadership mentality on this job. The same commitment, the same hard work, the same attitude that you had to get what you got is why you got it. But I want you to apply that to here, because the payoff is way more than construction, hard labor. It's better than how good you look in the swimsuit. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but you didn't do it for that. You did it so you could be a great water polo teammate, you know, player and goalie. And same thing in the soccer field. You know, the reward comes after the hard work. And I want you guys to get the reward, but that means I'm just going to ask you to step it up, because I'd like to see all of you at double digits and even 15 or more. So we're going to phone. And I want you guys to like have a mentality of not like see if someone's going to answer or see if someone's going to let me come over. Have a mentality of setting like 4 or 5 demos now in the next 20, 30 minutes. Because if you do that, your demo count gets to double digits, each of you, and you're going to have a much better result this weekend. And then I think you could definitely get to the teens. You know, you're at 9. 8, yeah. And I don't even know what your goal is. Maybe your goal is 8. And you're like, Phil, I don't have time. I don't know. Is your goal more than 8? Yeah, so at least get those 2 more. I don't know if you can squeeze it in more than 10. I don't know. Maybe you can. And maybe you just set the goal at 10, be arbitrary, just, you know, for whatever reason. Maybe you could go for 12 or 15. Because, you know, if I would have run training and if I would have been talking to you guys last night, I can tell you right now, we would have had this conversation last night on an individual level. You know what I mean? And I would have had more time to do it. But I'm going to tell you, I think you guys could do really well. But you got to make the effort like you did.
No, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate all the advice you have to offer. Seriously, and I'm like, you are like, well, guy who owns this, but I mean, like, I seriously just sincerely consider everything you say. So cool. Well, let's get cranking then. Okay. Yeah. Awesome, guys. I just want to.